Hi, my name is Missy. Let's do some trashy love reads. Just keep in mind that there probably isn't going to be some sage advice with a happily ever after coming at the end of these readings because, well, they're trashy. But I kind of wanted to have some fun with this. I'm not even sure why I want to do this reading. It kind of just, the idea came to me, and let's do it. Let's do this. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get 4 focus cards or focus piles to choose from. And right now we're going to actually go through the shuffling and pile preparation process. I'll explain what I intend for each card as we go through. Right now I'm just trying to find the focus card for each group. So take a minute to breathe with me. Okay. Also, I've been trying to film this introduction, I don't know, a couple times. So I've had a couple of songs come through already that I know are meant for the reading. The first one would be, it was Theory of a Dead Man, and the song is, give me one second, Say Goodbye. And then the second one is Butterflies by Kaylee Morgue, M-O-R-G-U-E is how you spell her last name. All right, so let's see what our focus cards are going to be for each group. I feel that pink one very strongly. Okay. All right, so first thing we're going to do here, I've taken just the actual people out of this deck. We're going to use the people here to get, you know, I want to ask who's involved in this situation, and then we're going to get the people here, but we're also going to use some traits. So this is a different deck. I don't think I've ever, in fact, I know I have never used this for any of the actual readings that I record, but I have played with it a little bit for myself. So this is a expandable oracle deck called Divination. This one's season 1. So when you buy the big expandable box like this, and yes, I am selling these, by the way, and I did not create them, someone else did, but I just have a love of cards, so I would like to sell them. But when you buy the box like this, it comes with 90 cards inside of it, and then you can purchase other expandable packs, such as this one, which is the Crystal Gem deck. And then we have this one here, which is Over the Garden Wall. They're based on different cartoons and such, but what I did was I just took the characters out so that we could use the characters to describe who are the people that are involved in these situations here, okay? So let's go ahead and give that a shuffle and get our piles ready. We have this song, hold on. The Remedy for a Broken Heart. Extentation, I think is how you say his. Also, I just want to say one thing. I just noticed that I now have 100 subscribers to my YouTube channel, which I know it doesn't seem like a huge thing, but for me it is a huge thing. So I think I want to do something to celebrate. I haven't decided exactly when yet. I actually haven't decided exactly what I'm going to do, but I do want to do something to celebrate. So keep your eye out. Keep your eye out for a notice that I'm going to post. You know, I think I'm going to do a live reading. I'm just not exactly sure what day I'm going to do it. So just keep your eye out. I'm going to post something on when or whenever I can get it planned, because I do have other things that I'm still behind on. But I just want to celebrate and say thank you. So I think what I'm going to do is go live and just give personal readings. So yeah, let's go ahead and get these people for each of the groups. Oh, okay. God, that actually feels like it needs to go over here. Okay. Okay, let's go back to group 1. Group 2. We have the song Urgent, Foreigner. Okay, and group 4. Oh, right there too. Okay. All right, so let's get a few more character traits. I hate little cards like this because they're so hard to shuffle, but let's just do it this way. So let's go group 1, a couple more. Okay, group 2, group 3, and group 4. Hold on. Okay. Hold on, one more for group 4. Okay. And so this is going to represent the overall energy of the relationship. And this deck here is kind of awesome too. I used to do these readings called The Bullshit and the Blessings, and it was because of this deck right here. The people that made this deck, they made it making fun of tarot readers and you know, these kind of readings. Oh, it just made the deck that much better because, you know. Anyway, I used to use this deck for the bullshit aspect of The Bullshit and the Blessings. All right, group 1. Oh, that one definitely wanted to come out. Group 2. Yeah, right there. Group 3. And group 4. Oh, there we go. Is that it? Okay. All right, now we're gonna get to, I have 4 tarot decks here, and I have to decide now which deck is gonna go with which. So give me 1 second. Let me get these cards put into a nice little stack. And then we're gonna put the focus card on top. Actually, this one is going to go with our Grunge Tarot. So I guess we could put that right here. I want it right about in the middle, right? So you can see it really well. All right, so we've got the Grunge Tarot for group 1. All right, group 2. All right, so we've got Supernatural. Group 3. Is going to be Garbage Pail Kids. And group 4 let's see, I think this is the Celtic Tarot. Oh, they're not in the center like I wanted. Just give me a second to play with it because I'm not going to be able to. I just can't. We can't have it like that unless it's in the center. So sorry. Give me a second. Got to make it look pretty. Oh my God. I know I can't sit here forever and make it perfect, but it's kind of close enough. Ah, don't do that. Damn it. Okay. All right, so group 1, group 2, group 3, and group 4. Hello, group 1. So we're starting off strong with You Ought to Know by Alanis Morissette. And I have to admit, I peeked at the cards and I'm kind of laughing, but we'll get there. Give me 1 second. We're going to look at these first before we actually get into the tarot. So we're starting off with the Sun. But this particular Sun card, I always feel like it looks like a scale, doesn't it? Doesn't it kind of look like a scale to you? Like one of those scales that, like, you want this arrow to go and point to, I don't know, whatever. It's just how it's like a scale. So there's something about either balance or reciprocity, like maybe there was something going on that, you know, that where maybe you didn't feel like you were getting, you know, your fair whatever. So these 3 cards are the ones that kind of had me cracking up. We have the Beefcake, the Double Caveman, and Papa Macho. So obviously one side of this situation was, you know, alpha male. Alpha male, alpha male, definitely alpha male. Now we have the Star. Very interesting because he kind of looks like a kid, huh? Oh, I'm going to put that right there. We've got strength. Okay. That's Leo energy coming through twice now. And now we have the Emperor. A lot of fire energy coming through. Okay. So, obviously there are 3 people here. These are all major arcana. So we have Leo, Aquarius, and Aries. It could be that this is a third-party situation, especially with that song that we started out with by Alanis Morissette. One person is absolutely going to be, you know, alpha male. They take the lead, absolutely. And based on the images, I'm going to say that this is a same-sex relationship. And I think at least one person in this relationship, this person here, is going to be like younger than the other 2. And we have the song The Chain by Fleetwood Mac. So one of the reasons that I wanted to start with this portion of the reading is because if you're watching this, and I'm talking about the people that are involved here, you know, and you're like, well, that's not, I don't know who that is, then obviously this is not going to be your trashy love read, right? So we want you to be able to kind of look at the people that are involved, look at their personality traits, and say either yes or no as to whether or not that is your situation. All right, so like I say, this is probably a same-sex relationship. More than likely, one of the 3 people is going to be younger than the other 2. I think at least 2 of the people are going to be similar in age. At least 40. I think the younger one is probably, based on the way that this kid looks, like maybe like 18, 19, 20, something like that, like really young, which is, you know, it's not for me to give my opinion at all. These are trashy love reads, right? These are trashy love reads. One person is very athletic. They like to work out quite a bit. Probably the Aries, just because that's, you know, that's just, it just goes with the personality of Aries. Aries can be very athletic, military, just very active, right? They like to have their body moving. This is interesting to me here, this double caveman. Maybe both of these 2 were both cavemen. Because look at, we've got the beefcake and we've got a skull, but there's like 2 faces here, and you know, I don't know, it's just the way that it looks to me like there's 2 again. And then we also have the eyes here. So maybe both of these characters are kind of athletic. And I'm drawn to the bull above his head here. So where we see Leo, as you can see from this, we've got a cat's face. So we've got Leo again, but then we have the bull above his head. So maybe there's a Taurus involved in this situation. But Leo has come out now 3 times, just so you know. The sun is Leo's card, and then strength, as well as this cat here, is going to be representing that. So we've got Leo, definitely, Taurus on the board, we've got Aries on the board, and we have Aquarius. So Leo, Taurus, and Aquarius, they are all fixed signs, which just can mean like maybe one person, possibly the Leo energy, it has a lot of like really fixed, they're very set in their ways energy because of that fixed sign coming through. Okay. So now let's look at our other characters. We have, I don't know why I said carriers. So we have Endicott. So Endicott is very uneasy, he's hospitable, he's quirky. I don't know, it doesn't sound like any of these alpha males, so let's put Endicott right here. Because, you know, Endicott looks like he might be a little bit studious too, and this kid looks like he needs to learn some stuff. Let's just be real. He's, ooh, we got the song. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Invitation, Ashniko, but it's talking about, you know, basically she's saying like, this is not an invitation, right? Fuck you mean you need it. Fuck you mean you RSVP'd, you know, fuck you mean you want it, right? That's what she's saying in the song. Maybe this person doesn't really want the attention of the other two, I don't know. Just take that however it resonates. Interesting too that I just realized it says 19 on this card, and I do think this person is really young. Okay, so now we have Fred. He's a giggler, he's superstitious, and he's helpful. We're going to put that over here. Now we have Mrs. Langtree. She's dramatic, lovesick, and instructive. Interesting. We have Craig, adventurous, a stickler, and a cartographer. The adventurous has to come over here with the Aries. That's typically an Aries energy. And then we have Castle Grayskull, ominous, skeletal, and fortified. This one's kind of throwing me. Castle Grayskull, huh? I think that's actually a location card and wasn't meant to be put in, and I might have accidentally put it in because the way that this divination is set up, they break it down into characters, locations, and then objects that have to do with the cartoon, and Castle Grayskull is a location. But because I forgot it and it's in here, we're going to read it this way anyway. So Castle Grayskull, it would be more like an institution. So this might be a work situation or a school situation. Actually, I'm going to say school just because we've got Mrs. Langtree and Endicott. And I do feel a studious energy coming from this Endicott and him. Like a, you know, interesting. Hold on. We have anti-gravity, well, it's summer romance, anti-gravity love song from Incubus. Okay, let's get into it. So if any of these people, any of these traits, if they resonate with you, then obviously this is going to be your reading. But let's look at it. Let's see what's going on with this trashy love story, or trashy love read. What happened? One more. I may have to pause the video and come back because someone is getting ready to knock on my door. We've got the Ace of Pentacles. This is definitely like either a work or school situation. Probably work for one person, but school for somebody else or something. If it's not like school, then it's going to be somebody is training on the job. I'll be right back. Okay. I apologize for that. And we have the song Right Now from Korn. So we know with the Ace of Pentacles, this is definitely going to be like a work situation. I think at least one person is definitely going to be new on the job. They're probably either training or something. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the actual reading itself. So we're starting off with the Magician, the Chariot, and then we've got the Ace of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So I love the way this dude's sitting on the with this. First of all, this image right here, there's something we kind of already saw it here with this adventurous energy coming from the Emperor, right? The athletic energy that's coming through. And so here, I think one person, I think this is how they caught the attention of someone else, because they're daring or brave or something. But it's also, I get the, so, okay, I just have to read it the way I'm feeling it, the way that it, you know, what it's reminding me of. So Vice used to have this show that where they followed skateboarders around. I can't remember the name of this show, but I loved this show because I like watching skateboarding. And so that's what this image here is reminding me of. Is King of the Road, I think is what it was, King of the Road or something, but it was a competition that these skateboarders would go through, and I think they do it each year, where they have to do different tricks, they have different dares that they have to do, and it's kind of crazy. It's like, you know, they'll do things like you have to pee on yourself in public and things like that. Like it's a lot of dudes energy, right? Like when you get a lot of guys together in a room, this is how they're gonna, these are the things that they're gonna do for fun, that's what they think is funny. And so this is sort of the energy that I'm getting from this Magician and the Chariot here, especially with the Magician. It kind of looks like a party, like the remnants of a party. And so I feel like this is how someone caught, like this is how the attention of someone was caught. It could have even been like at a party, maybe a work party or something, I don't know, where I think there was drinking, maybe a lot of drinking involved. I think there was a lot of music involved too. Definitely a party. But I think there was like something, like it kind of, maybe things got a little bit out of hand. And I don't know why I feel regret over that. Like when I'm looking at this, I feel like somebody feels regret over how things got out of hand. Because of the emotional, like there's something emotional here, especially if you look at the Chariot. The car itself kind of looks scared, right? Like, and then it's on water here. Most cars would, you know, you put a car in water, it's no longer going to run. The engine's going to seize up. So take that however it resonates, but it could be maybe there's something about working in a shop as well. Like if you work in a shop, there could be music going on in the background all the time. Maybe there's like, you know, maybe it's either a motorcycle or like a auto shop or something. There's a lot of like maybe kind of wild stuff happening. Let's get some more. Let's see what else. Let's go ahead and leave these here just because we already kind of... All right. We have the song The Noose, A Perfect Circle. Or I should say, The Noose is the name of the song and A Perfect Circle is the band. So now we have the King of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. Look at these. What are these animals? I'm not exactly sure what they are, but look at their teeth. I don't know what kind of animals there are, but there's something about their teeth. I thought they were sharks at first. And again, we've got that party going. Look at all of the stuff like around him. So there's a party happening. All right, so I think, I gotta be really honest, I think something happened at a party. Someone really regrets it. I think it happened behind closed doors at a party, because the way, I've just got to read it. I think it's something that I don't know who, I'm not sure who regrets it yet, though. I think it might have even been a threesome, if I'm being really honest, right? 2 older, 1 younger. One person really regrets it because they're like, what the fuck, what was I thinking? And I think it's definitely a same-sex situation, and one person is definitely an alpha. I don't know why this one feels so like I'm hesitant to say what I'm really thinking. I'm hesitant to say what I'm really thinking, only because, like, you know, I wanted to do these readings for fun, and I wasn't expecting what I'm really thinking to come out. But I am just going to say, I feel like there's regret. I feel like somebody kind of, I feel like maybe there might have been a little bit of coercion or something where somebody feels regret because of how things happened, not regret over. So when I say that, it's not regret over, oh, I can't believe I slept with that person. It's regret over how things happened. Like someone was either coerced into something or talked into something, maybe because they were a little bit more vulnerable or a little bit younger, a little bit more malleable in some way. And what I meant for to be a fun reading, like I think somebody actually kind of really regrets how things happened. For whatever reason, like when I said trashy love read, I guess I wasn't kidding, man. They were like, okay, you want a trashy love read, here you go. And look at, we've got the King of Wands. There's definitely some sort of substance abuse or something. Look at the way he's flying in that chair. There's definitely some substance abuse or something happening around this situation. But I think there's also work attached to this situation, like maybe this is a situation that happened with people that work together. Man. Hold on. We have the song Now or Never by Halsey. Oh, focus. Hold on 1 second. I apologize for that. I keep having distractions while I'm trying to record. Yeah, so this one is kind of a hard one. I wanted these to be like, you know, funny, trashy love reads, but I guess, you know, this one isn't. I think this one is really something that, yeah, I think it's something that, especially with the Hermit card here, and then look at, we've got the Three of Pentacles. Absolutely, this is, oh, interesting. Okay. So I think someone really regrets, right? Like it's something about being high with this King of Wands. Again, this is a fire energy, so it could be either the Leo or the Aries. But somebody really regrets what happened. And again, because if you look at, see the imagery here, you've got one person sitting down and then the other two are kind of standing over him. Like really the person sitting down has the least control as to whether or not that wheel is going to spin. I feel like the other two people here are the ones that are in control. So that is being confirmed yet again. I think one person feels as if maybe there was coercion or something that happened with someone who might have been a little bit vulnerable. And then you have the Hermit card. This is where there's that introspection that happens and says, man, you know, I don't like the way that happened. I'm not real comfortable with that. You know, now I need to do a little bit of like inner work, inner evaluation to see, you know, why and how this happened so that I can move on and do better, which is what this Three of Pentacles is talking about. Whoever this was, not only do they want to move on and do better, and like, you know, even though it looks like they're defacing this building, they're actually, it's art, right? There's something beautiful. They're working together to create something beautiful here, but also to stay sober. I think that's going to be a big thing, to stay sober and to allow yourself to shine, right? To allow your gifts, skills, and abilities to come through, to work on it. Also, the Knight of Pentacles is very slow-moving energy. It's like really, really working on staying sober to avoid this right here. That's what you want to avoid. And then we go back to the Ace of Cups, which looks like a glass of like lemonade or something like that, right? All positive after that. Everything is positive after that. I think this Ace of Cups is talking about, like, if you are looking for real love, it has to do, like, once you get sober, stay sober, you've done this shadow work, all of this stuff here that's on the bottom of the deck, it's saying, like, that's when you've finally grown enough to be able to have that love. Because let's be honest, let's be really honest, if this situation here, that means, you know, how are you going to have a real true love if this is a situation that was happening in the background, right? Yeah, man, I was gonna do charms. I don't think I'm gonna, it just doesn't feel right. So I'm just gonna say, I hope that resonates. Like, I'm gonna leave it here. If it doesn't, please, you know, stick around. There might be another reading for you here on the channel that does. Please like, share, comment, hit the notification bell, tell your friends, subscribe, anything that you can to help, because it really does help. And I thank you very much for watching. Hi, group 2. I'm going to try this again. I actually just tried to record this a second ago and it didn't work for some reason. So we're going to start by looking at the people that are involved in your situation first, so that you can decide whether or not this reading is actually going to be for you. Because obviously, if the people that are involved, you know, if you don't know who they are, not your reading. So we're starting off with the Ace of Cups. Now, the Ace of Cups is going to represent a relationship that is either really new, never really got off the ground, or maybe like a one-night stand, right? And so, you know, it's exciting and all that good stuff, right? But it doesn't go any further than what it was. So next we're going to look at the people that we have involved. So we've got Earth energy here with the Queen of Latinum. That's going to be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We have the Tower and we have the Death card. Now, this Tower card, I don't think is an actual person. I was explaining this in the video of a minute ago that didn't record. Or wasn't recording, I should say. I don't know what happened to it. But anyway, I feel very strongly that this card here is going to represent either the phone, the computer, the camera, whatever it was, the electronic equipment that holds the evidence of this you know, this relationship, because I do think there's going to be a video. Absolutely, there's going to be a video. So we have the sign of Scorpio here. So Scorpio and Earth energy. All right, now we've got the pyramid-headed bird. And interesting, this kind of looks like, well, it looks like a cock ring, but also kind of a dildo. Take that however that resonates for your situation. This is a trashy love read, so yeah, no, we're going to get trashy. Yeah. And now we've got the heron bearer. So again, look at the heron coming out of, or I mean the fish coming out of the heron's mouth. Come on, focus. You know what? I just got a new camera that's supposed to make this easier. There we go. I don't know if that's going to work or not. Hold on. So even that fish looks a little bit phallic. So, you know, take that however it resonates. For your situation, I'm actually going to read from the book what it says about these two cards because, you know, sometimes that can be hilarious. We have the song Doesn't Mean a Thing by Alicia Keys. Interesting. Somebody got some fellatio on camera. I'm just saying. They filmed it. Yes, they did. Okay, so we've got the heron bearer. Hold on. Damn, like how far in does this... It would help if they would have like, if they would have numbered the cards, right? If I can't find it in a minute, I'm going to give up because this is actually annoying me. Okay, the heron bearer. It says, the heron bearer signifies a burden carried which may hold some ceremonial or symbolic value, but it's otherwise completely fucked up and unnecessary. Okay, I'm trying to find the pyramid-headed bird now. Okay, it says, the meaning of this card is obvious. So it's meant to represent a cock ring, apparently. Okay, so we got some stuff on video. Somebody got some head on video. They probably like to go back and watch it, even though it doesn't mean a thing, just because it's their, you know, their go-to material for when they need to do some stuff. Okay, wait, I think I did it again. I must have, in the first reading, I noticed that I accidentally put a place card or location card in with the divination, and I did it again with this reading. We have the candy barrel, and it says, worldwide acclaim, eccentric and sweets by the... God, I can't read that. Hold on. Forgive me, let me get my glasses. Sweets by the glass. Okay, so interesting. And then we have Zim, who is maniacal, delusional, and seeks approval. We've got Shira, who is a leader, competitive, and noble. And we've got Marceline, a prankster who's musical, loyal, and has parental problems. Interesting. So one person is the leader. Actually, I'm going to be, okay, so especially with the prankster card here. So one person like they thought it was funny, or they, especially with this, like I say, that prankster energy, it's like I think the other person didn't know that the video was made. Interesting, hold on. And then we've got this one here. Worldwide acclaim, eccentric, and sweets by the glass. I feel like these two kind of go together. I don't know why. It just feels, especially because of this parental problems and the seeks approval, that goes together to me. That's energy of, you know, it just makes sense to me, right? there's not a whole lot of like actual personality traits. I think this is more giving you the situation right up front. I do think that there are definitely two women involved in this, regardless. There's definitely two women involved, but is this... I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what the cards have to say. We have the song Purple Kisses, The Dream. I gotta be honest, I kind of feel like if these two women are friends, like maybe one of them isn't actually a friend. Like one of them gets, like, one of them is the leader, the other one is the follower. But the one who's the leader is kind of a bitch. And this is just feminine energy. Like maybe it's not women, maybe it's just feminine energy, right? Take it however it resonates, because you don't have to be a woman to have feminine energy. But whoever this, because it is two feminine energies here, and one of these feminine energies is kind of a bully, kind of a bitch, I think. And I feel like there might have even been a little bit of a bullying thing here where, well, I don't know, let's get into more of the reading, but you know, I'm just going to go ahead and say what I'm feeling. Like there's something about a bullying thing where either, to look at, this is a trashy love read, we're going to read it the way it is. I think somebody wanted approval, like we're talking about giving head, right? So somebody thinks that if they give the best head, like that's going to gain approval. And I think they were filmed, or maybe they even knew that they were being filmed, right? But there's something about them being filmed where the other person, the one that's the bitch, the other feminine energy, probably puts that video out, right? Like, or because it, you know, for whatever reason, like in her mind, she's going to try and slut shame the person that was seeking approval to begin with. It's just how you look at, these are trashy love reads, and this is what's coming through. I think these are friends that are not quite friends. I want to know who it was that, like, I think there's definitely a third person here, but I don't think this was a threesome, if I'm being really honest. I think the person, like the person who's getting head, that person, I don't even know if I can say all this stuff on YouTube. I guess we're getting ready to find out. But anyway, so that person, like they don't really have anything to do with the dynamic of this energy that's coming through here, because everything was, it feels like everything was like consensual. Like the person that like it was almost, this person, you know, is almost unimportant in the equation of what happened here. Okay, so let's see what the cards have to say. Let me give it another shuffle just because. Oh, we had these two cards try to jump. We're actually one. So we've got the Strength card. So, you see the way he's laughing? I think that's the person that... There's like an arrogant air coming from that. This is the person that's like, well, regardless, I had a good time. I swear to God, that's what he's saying. Regardless, I had a good time. I think he's the one who received the attention. And then, look at, So a lot of people have watched this video. Obviously, this dude's like, cheers to you, or I'll drink to that. He's like, that I enjoy. Okay, so here's what I'm getting now. Oh my God. If the video did get, like, if somebody was trying to be a bitch and they thought, oh, I'm gonna slut shame this person and I'm gonna release this video, I think that it kind of backfired, because I think, you know, this person's like, oh, okay, like, I'll toast to that. Let's get some more into the reading. We're going to leave him out there. Oh, look at even the even the cops are like, well, let's toast to that. Because like nothing bad really happened. Well, except for, you know, if the person like put the video out there and you didn't want it out there. So now we've got the Knight of Wands, or the Knight of Bones. Yeah, I feel like this is, you know, look at, here's the other thing. See how she's kind of, she looks really plain Jane, right? Okay, I'm just gonna be really honest. This is like kind of mean, what's coming through. This is kind of mean, oh my God. And I think this is absolutely coming from the bitchy feminine. So look at her face. She's actually got a little bit of a smirk there, right? Plain Jane has a smirk. I don't know why I'm saying plain Jane has a smirk, other than maybe somebody is saying, oh, plain Jane has a smirk, or like plain Jane. It's like plain Jane, there's a jealousy there. It's like plain Jane has something, right? Because the people that are watching this video are like, oh yeah, like they are enjoying it. There's maybe the video does well or something, whatever it is, right? Or if this is not like a video that I think this is something that this person did purposely. I don't think it's a video that was taken privately. I think this person did it purposely, but somebody else is trying to shame them with this video and it backfires. But the reason that they're trying to shame this person is because they think they're better, or there's jealousy there, or they think like, why is this person getting any attention? They're just plain Jane. And then we've got the Hermit on the bottom of the deck. So an interesting thing about this energy here, this feels like the energy of somebody who sees this but wasn't expecting it. Maybe this is where it starts to get really uncomfortable, because this is the Hermit. This is where you got to do some like inner work or something, right? You've got to do your shadow work with the Hermit here, because like maybe this person who now sees that, like maybe the person that, like plain Jane, right? The video gets out, she's smirking, she's getting attention, all of that kind of stuff. But then somebody sees it that makes her uncomfortable. Maybe her father, brother, uncle, something like that, right? And you could see he's like surprised. He was reading. He's like trying to read the. I can't remember what the name of that book is called, but anyway, you guys will know if you watch the show. So he's, you know, it's important. There's important information that he's trying to get from this book. That's the reason he's doing it by lamplight in the middle of the night, out in the middle of nowhere, because they're fighting some sort of something, right? So he's in the middle of doing whatever he's doing, and then suddenly he sees this, and he's like, what the fuck? Interesting. I feel like this dude, like, I don't know. It is the Death card, but just ignore that for right now. There's a little bit of like a preacher, something or other, like a religious vibe coming through. Especially if like the person that you didn't want to see it is religious or something. But then beyond that, you've also got this person who sees it. But this person has a person. But the thing is that when this person sees it, you see how he's snapping his fingers? I don't know. I feel like he's like, he's probably not the best person, if we're going to be honest, especially if he's got another person who's like, ooh, that's the one when he sees this video. But I don't know, there's something about this that's like, I almost want to call him the Knight of Cups. Because he wants to come in and offer something, but he's got somebody. Maybe he wants to come in and offer work. Like, especially if you did the video purposely, then like maybe that's the other thing, that maybe that's the outcome of this. You're offered work because of somebody who sees it. And it could be this person that they already have maybe it's not a spouse. Maybe this is more like somebody that they already, especially if this is like going into the porn thing, right? Because it might be, let's be honest, it could be like OnlyFans or something like that, right? And it could be that maybe somebody sees it and is like, hey, you know, let me help you, like let's collaborate, let me help you to like harvest. God, that keeps flipping over. To harvest the money, right? Because of the Six of Pentacles, to harvest the money that you can, because this is the scythe here. That's one of the ways that you can use a scythe. But maybe there's already like one person who is like the top porn star, right? And you have to knock them off of their spot or something. Or somebody has to knock them off their spot. Okay, let's see if there's anything else that they want to say. Oh, this card is one of the reasons that I chose this deck for these trashy love reads. Look at her. Whew. I mean, just look at her. Like, I think this is the top actress that gets knocked. Oh crap, hold on, look at, this is her reaction. Ooh, look at, this is getting really trashy Jerry Springer. Okay, so these are like the executives, the people with the money, right? Right here, these two. First of all, like this, okay, here's how it goes. So look at her expression. This is her reaction to you getting whatever you're getting. What the fuck? That's mine, right? Like, how dare you take mine and give it to her? And this dude's like, excuse you? Who do you think you are? And then she goes and slits her wrists or does something overly dramatic because, you know, drama. You just gotta, the attention, it's hers, right? It feels like Leo energy. When Leo is toxic. It's mine. And then this dude's like, excuse you? Yeah, I don't think so. But also, he's giving me like devil vibes, even though it is the Two of Pentacles, which is about like, the Two of Pentacles has to do with like balance and juggling. But there's really a devil vibe coming through this card, which tells me like, I think if this person keeps reacting so dramatically, so over the top, like they'll probably, you know, they'll probably get the boot. I gotta be honest. This one feels a little bit like, so we already said maybe that it was porno. If it's not porno, this is like a strip club scenario, right? Where, you know, you've got even where this is, there's the woman who's probably married to one of these guys over here, right? Who will kick this girl's ass, but also like the cops are even kind of, you know, kind of on the down low. Interesting. Very interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and leave it here, just because we knew that these readings weren't gonna have any like happily ever after or anything like that. We knew that these were gonna be messy, trashy love reads. So I hope that resonates. If it does not resonate for your situation, stick around. There might be another reading for you here on the channel that does, but you know, please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, anything that you can to help me, and I thank you very much for watching. Hi, Group 3. Give me 1 second. We have the song Not Enough by Juice WRLD. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the oracle cards and stuff that we chose at the beginning. That's going to tell us who the people are that are involved in this situation, so that you know whether or not this is your situation at all. If you don't know the people, obviously it's not your read. So we have, it looks like this is the Seven of Cups. So, it's interesting. Okay, I'm just going to say what I feel. This word here, projects, I'm kind of feeling it like projects, because really the Seven of Cups has to do with like options, having a lot of options, confusion, not knowing, you know, not knowing where you want to go, or which path or which option to choose. But then I feel like it's saying projects. So if we're talking about the overall energy for a trashy love read, this is like someone who saw another person as a project, or someone who has potential but they're not quite right. So maybe they try to change their partner in some way. So let's come over here. We have the Moon. Interesting. So that's going to be Pisces energy. We have the Hermit, which is Virgo energy. And we have Justice, Libra. Okay, so Pisces, Virgo, Libra so far on the board. But we also know that we have a choice. Now, we see one female, two males here. So obviously she has a choice between two, a Virgo, Libra, or a Virgo or Libra, I should say, and one is obviously older than the other. I mean, they're both, neither of them are young, but they're both, you know, this one is obviously older than he is. Okay. We have the song, I'll Follow You, Shine Down. And so now we have a pit bull driving a tiny truck and the decision maker. Interesting, we knew it was a decision you had to make. So let's put that over her, because we know she's the decision maker. She's probably a pit bull too. Okay. Yeah, somebody may actually drive a truck. And look at, we have the number 333 coming through on the license plate there. Come on, focus. I got a new camera just for this purpose so that it would focus better. There we go. So the number 3 or 333 might be important to you in some way. But I think somebody definitely drives a truck. I kind of want to read from the book, but the only problem is it's so hard to find each one of these because they don't actually number the cards. So give me a second to try and find these to read what it says, because these are hilarious sometimes, what they say the meaning of each of these cards is. The decision maker. Oh, it's card number 14. So that breaks down to a 5, which really kind of makes sense because it talks about changes and chaos, right? It says, just follow the plan that great decision maker, just follow the plan that the great decision maker set out for you, or find someone you think seems pretty together and just follow them. Follow them into a clothing store. Find out what size they are. Buy the exact same outfit as them. And Pitbull driving a tiny truck. It says, some people think pit bulls are mean. Some people say their owners make them mean. It's time to get your inner pit bull a tiny truck so it feels the pride it deserves to feel and doesn't injure any metaphorical toddlers. Oh, interesting. Okay, I understand now why these two cards came out together. One of these two is not going to take your decision, or did not take your decision well, and acted like a toddler. That's what's going to be the trashy part of this love read. Okay. All right, so now we have the party wagon, merchandise, nostalgic, and turtle power. We have, hold on, I got to get my glasses because that writing is too small. Oh, Bueno Nacho, it says sustenance, popular, and second home. These are locations. I thought that I only chose, and now we've got Bauman's store, camouflaged, rebuilt, and delivery service. Okay, hold on. So they're talking about, these are like, they're all of these locations are they're all businesses, some type of business, right? This one, the party wagon, it says merchandise, but it's still a business because it's a party wagon. Then this is a taco stand, and this one here is an actual store. I wonder how that happened, because I swear I thought I only took the characters out of this deck, but apparently I messed it up. I'm still going to read them, you know, into the reading the way that, because obviously it's meant to be part of the reading or it wouldn't be here. We have the song, if I can get my phone to, come on. Oh, City of Gods, Alicia Keys. All right, let's get into the tarot to see what happened here, because I do think, you know, you had a choice between two. One person acted childish, probably at some sort of business or establishment, if you don't already get, like if you don't have your own business already, or something, like there's something about a business. One more. We've got the King of Cups on the bottom of the deck. We have Pisces here. Okay, I thought so. I thought we had water energy coming through. And really this King of Cups looks like really happy, right? Like this King of Cups is just partying. For the Garbage Pail kids, this King of Cups, or he or she, I should say, because it could be obviously her, but there's not a whole lot of garbage, right? That one actually looks fairly, except for that fish, that dead fish might be kind of rancid, but other than that, like some of the other cards from the Garbage Pail kids are, you know, anyway. And then you've got the Two of Cups on the bottom, which confirms that and the Nine of Cups. This one is going to have a happy ending. I didn't think any of these readings were, but I think this one is definitely going to have a happy ending just based on this. Because I think this is you. You're probably a Pisces. You probably had a choice between two, and whichever one you chose. Because this is all of the energy that led up to the moment where we are right now in this reading. And you're starting off with the King of Cups looking happy. There's almost no garbage. Right? That's the first thing that I noticed. Everything's still bright and shiny and clean except for that dead fish in his mouth. That's the only thing that looks putrid. Then we've got the Two of Cups, the Nine of Cups, the Three of Cups, and Strength. Oh, and the Emperor, and the Four of Cups underneath that with the Queen of Coins. Oh my God, like all really positive. You probably ended up married to one person, and I don't know why I'm wanting to point this way. It's just the way that I feel looking at these images, like one person probably, and I think it might have been this side, probably acted like a child. And you ended up married to this one over here, but what did this person do? That's what we want to know. Let's find out, how did the person that acted like a child when you made your choice, what did they do? Interesting. Now we have the song Wild Child by the Black Keys playing in the background. Oh, okay. So you have the Lovers on the bottom of the deck. I'm not really getting a whole lot from that one. We're going to set it to the side for right now. It might tell me something later. Oh my God. So forgive me for this. I don't even know how or why this would ever like come up, but it's like, did somebody accidentally poop in the shower or poop in the bathtub or something? I don't know. It's this right here. It's just the way that it was the first thing that I thought when I saw it. I was like, oh my God, somebody pooped in the bath. Like, I don't know what the hell, but okay. And then look at the way that her hands are all melty. It's like maybe they made a mess, and like maybe if it wasn't, you know, actually shitting in the bathtub, like maybe they made a huge mess or something, right? Look at the way the hands are all melted together right here. Okay, hold on, let's see. Now we've got the 9 of coins. We have the 4 of swords and the 8 of coins. I think they probably claimed, so there's something about claiming poverty or something to make you work harder, to make you have to work more or something. So the 9 of Pentacles is all about independence, but I'm looking at the facial expression of this, I guess it's a peacock, which, you know, that's a very common symbolism for the 9 of Pentacles card. But look at the expression. This peacock looks a little bit scared. And so this is a card of independence, like financial independence. And so with all of these together, especially because if you look at the expression on his face, and I don't know his name right off the bat, I would have to look it up, but he looks very happy with himself as he's reading this book here. Come on. There we go. See, he looks like he's a little bit evil, right? And the 4 of Swords is a card of healing. It's a card of, you know, I always say, sit down before you fall down, right? That's like how bad, like you need to take a rest. You need to do something to heal. You've been injured or something. Or if you haven't been injured, you will be if you don't give yourself time to take a rest. But also another thing I forgot to point out, you can see this woman here in the window, which is another common theme of the 4 of Swords. Typically it's a different image, but for our reading here, he looks like he's up to something in regards to her. Meaning, you know, he's saying, look, I'm sick, I'm injured, I'm whatever, I can't work. Which is making her have to put in extra hard work, right? Because that's what the 8 of Pentacles is all about, hard work. So we have the song Waiting for a Girl Like You, Foreigner. Again, all very positive. I think like maybe this was, especially with these two, well, and the Queen of Cups, it's like, I gotta be honest, I feel like this is like the marriage, right? And then there's either maybe a baby with this Page of Wands. It just kind of looks like a hand holding this baby up. Again, I think this one is, and look at Halloween, trick-or-treating, like that's the baby as it's older, right? And then I feel like it's actually, you know, grows up to be sort of the king. But anyway, all very positive again on the bottom of the deck. Like this person, they either retired or did something, like when it came to money, right? Like maybe, especially if you were married and you had to get a divorce and then you found somebody else, right? And one person acted like a baby, a crybaby about it. I think this person made the right choice regardless. They probably ended up getting married and having a baby and living like a, you know, having a good relationship based on these cards. Like the baby, at least, you know, you can see the baby at least grows or matures here with the King of Wands. And then we've got the Four of Wands, more celebration energy, right? I think their plan backfired. They tried to make you have to, you know, they tried to make you have to work really hard for whatever that you have, and I think their plan backfired. I think you were able to do it on your own anyway. I just want to see, is there anything else that they want to say? Like, is there anything else that they did? Wait, there we go. We have the Seven of Swords and the Eight of Swords. Interesting. Did they steal something? Did somebody end up in jail, or did they try to accuse someone of stealing something? And look at the Nine of Wands. You had to defend yourself. Someone had to defend themselves against some sort of accusation of theft or something. Or somebody actually stole something. But this feels like you're having to defend yourself against either a lie or some sort of deception or something. And then you see that explosion happening in the background? He's just sitting there watching it, right? But he's also, the Three of Wands is energy of waiting. You're waiting for your plans to materialize, the plans that you made in the Two of Wands. Oh, look at, now we've got the Three of Wands and the Three of Swords. Oh, interesting. Okay. So, their plan, they were like waiting for their plan to materialize, or somebody was waiting for their plan to materialize, right? And it doesn't. It just blows up in their face, and it causes heartbreak. And because it wasn't, it's literally saying because it wasn't meant to be. Like the person, this person here, and probably who's watching this, the Pisces, was meant to have their happily ever after. They had the higher ground, they had the upper hand, they had, you know, they fought hard for it, they worked hard for it. And they were meant to have the happily ever after regardless of all this that happened in here. And like, if this is not a situation that is together for a long time, it will be. But yeah, this one I think is definitely probably the only happy ending one out of all of them. But I hope that resonates. If it does not, please stick around. There may be another reading for you here on the channel that does. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, tell your friends, anything that you can to help me, because it really does help me. And I thank you very much for watching. Hello, group 3. All right, so we're going to get right into it by looking at our oracle cards to see who the people are that are involved in this situation. That way you'll know right away whether or not this is a reading that's meant to be yours, right? Okay, so we're starting with the Chariot. Interesting. You see how there's only half of the horse there, right? And then it just kind of, like with all of this stuff here, it looks like there's chaos. So I feel like this is a situation where somebody literally like split. They literally probably, like maybe they left in the middle of the night, or they just ghosted somebody or something like that. Like somebody took off, they ran. like if you were trying to take a picture of someone and this is what you got because they tried to run away before you could snap the shot. Like they were like poof out of there. Okay, someone took off. Maybe he took off after they made a promise or something as well, because this chariot kind of looks fancy with the curtains inside. So we have the sun. I don't know why I'm laughing. It's just the expression on her face. Hold on. She's giving me mother-in-law vibes. We've got the King of Batlets. So that would be, so for this is going to be Leo energy. We've got the King of Swords, which is going to be Air, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We've got the Queen of Wands, so that's going to be fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sag. And then we have, this has got to be like the priest or something. Hold on, I swear to God, hold on. Hold on, I got a cough. Okay, I'm back. I'm laughing because I swear to God, now that I see all of these cards together, this is literally someone who, like, they either didn't show up at the wedding, or they like took off in the middle of the wedding, or there's something, they left somebody at the altar. This is so far energy of someone being left at the altar. And we've got a mother-in-law at play. I swear to God, it's a mother-in-law at play. And this is right here is the priest. Even though it says judgment, look at his clothes. You can't deny that's the priest. That's the dude that would be officiating the ceremony. Okay, let's see what else we got. We've got the anthropomorphic carrot. So this is giving me Scorpio vibes. I don't know why, it just is. Okay. I might have to stop the video again so I can cough again. We've got the shitty acoustic guitar guy. We have a bunch of cats posing as a woman. I feel like that's the mother-in-law. Oh my God, that's too funny. Oh, we've got wolves. Interesting. This has got to be the other side over here. Hold on. And now we have a skeleton eating a banana. These are the in-laws on this side, I swear to God. So this side, this is her in-laws, this side. So the mother-in-law probably belongs on this side over here. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Nope, now that I look at it, I realize the mother-in-law belongs over here, and this bunch of cats energy, I feel like this is how they see the mother-in-law. Okay, so the mother-in-law is overly friendly. There's something about she's overly friendly. Maybe she smells like cats or cat pee or something. I'm just saying, I gotta read it the way it's coming through. Okay, let's look at our divination cards to see what they have to say. We've got Foster's Home, which, God, this is like the third. I apparently did not separate these cards the way I thought I did. It's a third reading now where we have locations rather than people. Well, we have people here too, but still. So Foster's Home, it says imaginary, whimsical, and second home. Okay, interesting. Now we have Wirt, the anxious poetic. He's anxious, poetic, and casts blame. We've got Stevani, who is synthesis, genderless, and intimate. And then we have Adelaide, the schemer. She's fragile, and she's the deal maker. This Adelaide is the mother-in-law. This is this person here, and this is this person over here. Okay, so Wirt looks a little, even though it says he's anxious, he actually, I don't know, there's something, I feel like he's a little angry. Again, this is air energy over here, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and we've got fire over here, Aries, Leo, Sag. And then we have Leo and all of the fixed signs here with Judgment. That would be Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Okay, so I feel like this person over here is actually the one that might have run. This person over here is the one who's angry. I think it's because this person over here, because it says genderless, I don't know if this person over here is just realizing either A, that they are bisexual, or B, they just have no passion for this person over here, like no sexual attraction whatsoever, even though they were supposed to get married. But I think this person is the one that ran. And I think also part of the reason, well, I think the reason the mother-in-law is here is because the mother-in-law might have been pushing this person into this whole situation. Also, we have, with the Judgment card coming out underneath the mother-in-law here, again, I feel like this was the mother-in-law's decision more than it was this person's decision. It's like it was their judgment call rather than, even though this person ultimately was the one that makes the decision, but like the whole, I feel like, okay, so hold on, we have the song, A Crime to Remember, Pop Evil. So it's like this, the mother-in-law is kind of pressuring this person to marry this person, probably because there's something about, well, look at, we have poetic and then we have this guitar player. So this person is probably either very creative or abundant or something. There's something about this person. I think they're creative. There's something creative that they do. But whatever it is that they do creatively, it's something maybe that they feel sort of shackled by it. Like it's not necessarily their dream, right? Because you see that chain there, and then, well, they did cut the chain with that axe, but the chain is still there. So, and it does say a shitty acoustic guitar guy, meaning like whatever it is that they're doing or creating, right? Because creativity doesn't, or creative work doesn't always have to be music or poetry, but it's just weird that that's coming up. Like maybe this is someone who writes, maybe they write music for others, but it's not the music that they themselves would want to play or something. There's something about it where maybe they aren't all that excited, right? Okay, and so with this energy, Adelaide, the schemer, like maybe this person here is like, well, since this person over here is so established and well off, it would really be to your benefit to marry them, right? Like you know, you need to be taken care of kind of thing, the deal maker. And then even look at the face of this person. I think that's how this person over here felt about. And then look at the face here as well, a little bit of like shock. Everybody kind of looks shocked and scared and pushed into it a little bit. Like, are we really going to do this? Let's get the cards and see what else we can find, because we got a whole lot already right here. And I just realized that not one of the songs that has been playing in the background called to me for you. Very interesting. What's even more interesting, though, is that I just looked at my phone to see what song was playing. And that song's not important, but it is exactly 220, and I have 77%. So 22 and 77, those might be numbers that are important, or 220 and 77, or you might want to look those up. Just Google spiritual meaning of, or angel number 220, or angel number 77. I can say that 220 is about a new beginning in partnerships and relationships. All right, so we have, oh, look at, you've got the Judgment card again on the bottom of the deck. This one has a baby in it, though. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Something else that I'm noticing, this baby is on a shield, and we have the 5 of Shields sitting face up on the cards that fell from the deck. And so I feel like, I hate to say this, but I think somebody may have lost a baby. Okay, let's see what the cards have to say. Yeah, we're going to read them the way that we would a Celtic cross. So we start with the 10 of Swords. And, okay, so the 10 of Swords, I mean, quite literally, this is about a betrayal. This is someone who's been stabbed in the back repeatedly. They never saw it coming. And they're dead, obviously. So it's a betrayal, a death, an ending. But it's really, it feels more like a betrayal, right? Like, and we kind of already knew that based on this whole schemer energy coming from the mother-in-law. Like maybe this person feels betrayed. But that's really, the first card in a Celtic cross is the current situation. This card here is going to be what's crossing that, or what is, like if the current situation was a good one, right? What would be the problem with it? But since this is already a harsh situation, well, what is like crossing it, or what is affecting this harsh situation? And this is the Knight of Swords. So, you know, swords are always going to be verbal or communication energy, like your either your thoughts, your words, your plans, something. It can be written as well. It's air energy, but with the king, or excuse me, the Knight of Swords, he rushes in, and he rushes in to either defend himself or defend someone else or say something that needs to be said. Let's get some more. I want to actually get a little bit of clarifiers on that, because this can be have two ways. Like it can be this person feels betrayed because nothing was said, right? Like especially if one person just left and just ghosted and just didn't say, because I kind of had that feeling from this card here, like one person just ghosted the other, and it might have been, you know, they ghosted them when they were supposed to get married or something. I mean, that's kind of harsh if you were supposed to, if you had a date set and all this stuff, and then you just didn't tell anybody you weren't going to do it, and you just didn't show up. Like that would be really harsh, right? But there's something about this energy of, why didn't you say something to me? Why didn't you talk? Why didn't you? If it's not that, somebody said something really harsh. Like somebody said something really harsh, like especially if there was a baby that was lost, right? Like somebody said something harsh about it. I don't know, maybe there's pain or something going on there. Again, remember I said like one person could have been realizing maybe they don't have any attraction, any sexual attraction to the other. Especially like also if there was a baby that was lost and maybe one person doesn't tell the other that there was a baby that was lost, and then someone else comes in like after the fact, right? And says this is what happened, but now this person feels betrayed because they're like, hey, why didn't you say something? You know, that I have a right to know as well. So take that however it resonates. So we have the Page of Shields, more shields coming in, and look at how sad she looks. Okay. And that's what this is based on. This is the foundation, like what all of this was, you know, this decision, all of this energy here in the center was based on, is this energy here, but it's just kind of bringing me back to this, right? You know, some cultures, I think it's, I don't want to say specific because I don't know if I'm correct or not, but some cultures, you know, there's a saying like you either come back on your shield, or you either come back on your shield, or you either come back carrying your shield or being carried on it, right? And so that's the reason that I'm picking up this energy of maybe a possible loss. All right, the recent past, the most recent energy of this is the Five of Wands. So it's interesting to me because I know that we have the Five of Pentacles on the bottom. That was the first card that I noticed. And so now with the Five of Wands, usually this is a card of competition. I also see it as a card of like friendly competition, because even though there's chaos and conflict there, everybody's still trying to work together, right? Or they're not really trying to be, they're not really trying to hurt each other, especially if they're on the same team. But if you look at this, one person seems to be kind of left out. You've got all these people over here and one person is left out, which is just confirming to me even more like one person wasn't told what happened, or one person was left out of a situation. Like, and then look, I forgot about this one. So this is what's on your mind, right? Healing. And then in the immediate future, or what's next, this is a card of someone feels rejected, but I didn't feel that when I first saw this card. I actually felt like somebody was mourning over here, like they were mourning, not really mourning. I felt like this was more of a, like a ceremony to honor the baby. And so, but there's definitely energy here of one person feels very left out. Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you say something? This one's kind of sad. Man, I wanted to do trashy love reads that were funny. This one's kind of sad. But, you know, let's go ahead and I want to get, we're going to put this one somewhere right here. I want to see if there's anything else that they want to say, get any other clarifiers that we might need. So we've got the Page of Wands on the bottom now, and the Page of Wands is typically, you know, it's typically good news. Seven of Wands and the King of Cups. So the water sign, like if there's a water sign, was there a water sign attached to there has to be, because we start out, like, didn't we start out with it? Anyway, the water sign has the upper hand. If it's not an actual water sign, I think it's this person has the upper hand, has the higher ground, something. Because here's the thing, and the reason that I say I think it's this person is because the King of Cups is typically someone who is emotionally available, someone who is ready, able, and willing to be in a relationship, to have a partner, to build a family. And so we already know that didn't happen because somebody took off, somebody left, right? Somebody ran. And so that person, the one that was emotionally available enough to be ready to have a family, they're the person who holds the higher ground. The higher ground for what, though? Like because what's coming out right here, I feel like this is sort of the overall of what they're getting ready to say right here. So we're actually going to read this like this. Let me get them all set out. So we've got everything on the left is going to be the recent past. Oh, look at, we've got a pregnant mother here with the Empress. So yeah, there's definitely the loss of a child. And so now everything on the right is going to be what's next. This card here in the center, this is what's happening right now. So we're going to read it first, and that's the Lovers. Actually, I want to point out something very important. So when you walk the Fool's journey, meaning that you start to study the major arcana, it starts with the Fool and it ends with the World. The Fool goes through different steps of maturity, just as every person does in their lifetime. That's what the Fool's journey is. It's his maturity, or the steps that it takes for maturity. So in the major arcana, you have within those steps, you have the first 10 cards, which would be the first cycle, or the first half of the cycle, first half of their life. And then the second 20 cards, which is the second half of the cycle. So, and the reason that I'm explaining that is because we have the Lovers and the Devil on the board. Now, this is how... it's kind of the best explanation for how the Fool makes his journey, or how he journeys through the cycles, right? Because we start with the Lovers, which is love in its purest form. Two people coming together, they make a choice to come together and build a life together. But by the time you get to the Devil card, that energy has built and progressed to the point, and it's multiplied then to the point where it has become toxic. This is like two sides of the same coin here. We've got the healthy energy of Venus, and we've got the toxic energy of Venus. Healthy Venus, healthy love, healthy money, healthy value system, beauty, the things that really are beauty are beautiful, right? Meaning kindness, compassion, unconditional love, all of those things. You can find that with healthy Venus. But then when you've got toxic Venus, this is where you've got jealousy, greed, lust, anger, all of the 7 deadly sins, right? So this is where something needs to happen, right? That something needs to be put into check. And this Devil card is the furthest card on the right, meaning this is the exclamation point. This is the period on the end of the sentence. This is, the punctuation that ends the sentence as to what's next. And it's not a healthy card. It's just not a healthy card. But let's walk through it. If we start with the Lovers, this is, and as you can see, they're standing in front of the green man, or in front of the tree of life here. So they're taking their vows, right? They're making their decision. They're promising to support each other. And this is what's happening right now, right? There's a choice that needs to be made here right now, right? Which is really interesting, because in this, all of the rest of it, it says one person already ran. I wonder if it really did happen, or if maybe it's getting ready to happen. Like one person is getting ready to run, and it's because of this right here. Because if you read this row, this sentence here, it, like you would a sentence, it starts with the heartache, wanting to, it's literally saying, I want to move on from this heartache, because it's what comes next. It's, you know, I want to move on from this heartache here, of losing the child, but also I want to have another child maybe at some point. I want to move on so that I can. I'm trying to move on, move away from the pain and the chaos, because the Six of Swords is coming after the Three of Swords, and it does so in the tarot anyway. The Three of Swords obviously is very painful, but by the time you get to the Six, you've been able to process it enough that you're now ready to move on. Move on to what? I want to move on to this. And from that, because there's still sadness in this particular card. And look at, now we've got the mother and the father. I didn't even see that. We've got the mother and the father. So definitely somebody wants to move towards this. And there's also a lot of conversation happening here. Oh, and then we've got the Nine of Cups. I think it might happen. Oh my God, I'm actually surprised. We've got the Four of Wands. Hold up. And the Chariot again. Only this time the Chariot is there and it's balanced. Okay, so you might actually get a happy ending as well. I'm surprised. I didn't expect any happy endings for any of these readings, but another reading actually did get one. So there's good news, right? But let's, hold on, let's actually read over this way, right? Because this is what's coming next. We've got the Ace of Cups with the High Priestess and then the Devil card. So it's like the Ace of Cups is the beginning of the relationship. It's the excitement. It's the offer of the ring, right? The beginning of the marriage, right? And then you get the High Priestess, which is there's secrets coming out. And then here is all of this toxic energy that needs to be healed, right? More than likely, that's the anger that this person is feeling. Also, if there's any kind of substance abuse or, because you just never know. Some people do that when they are grieving, death or a loss, especially, something as traumatic as the loss of a child. Not everyone, but some people do. And there's no judgment here whatsoever. But I think the secret's going to be, the secret's coming out over here, and it's going to lead to some sort of like anger. Interesting. We have the song Life Goes On, Tupac, but I kind of want to get a little bit of clarification here. Look at, you got the Fool on the top. I really do think there's going to be a new beginning, but I don't know what this Devil card, like what is going to be the result of this secret coming out? That's what I want to know. Is it anger? Is it somebody like, spiraling into something that's not healthy? And maybe that's the reason that, they're even bringing it up so that you can help or something. I don't know. Let's find out. What is the Devil card? What is that reaction going to be? Oh. It tried to come out and I knocked it back in accidentally, so we'll keep that one too. Okay, you've got the Wheel of Fortune. So this is a new beginning, but I gotta be really honest. The sun is on the left side. The moon is on the right. Everything on the left would be past energy, and everything on the right is what's coming next. So the moon is energy of fear. I think there's like, I'm sorry, but I think, okay, we've got the Nine of Cups and the Nine of Wands. It's like fighting. Doesn't it look like that dude's head is on a platter right there? I mean, I don't want to be dramatic, but it kind of looks like, can't tell if there's a body there or a torso or not. Is it just me? It looks like just a head on that platter. And this dude looks like he's been in a brawl. Like he went out and beat some ass. So probably fighting. And that is one of the you know, one of the energies that comes from the Devil card is aggression and anger, which we kind of knew that anyway, but I don't think it's going to be directed at this person. I think the anger, I think it's going to be like literal either boxing or something, maybe going and getting into like picking fights with people. Don't think we've got the Father on the bottom again with the World, and then the Three of Wands, the Six of Wands, the Seven of Cups, and the Magician. Okay, so this tells me a lot. Oh, okay. You see, I knew it was going to be a happy ending. Okay, I'm going to walk you through it. All right, so we got all this anger here that comes through right here, right? Which leads to fear, depression, anxiety, so on and so forth, and it's from him. But it's because of like this end, right? All of that comes to a successful end with the World card there. Then we have the Three of Wands. But I don't feel like this is so much waiting. This is more contemplation is what I feel, just based on, if you look at it, that's what it feels like. He's contemplating. Thinking. And then suddenly there's this recognition of a choice that's in his hands, in his control, to free her from her self-imposed prison and anxiety, offer love and a new beginning, right? Like this is what the Sun card is. It's a new beginning, it's joy, it's happy, happy. And then we've got the Knight of Wands here. Excuse me, Knight of Shields. So it's the Knight of Shields, which is the Pentacles. So this is more of a long-lasting, slow-moving, stable energy. So even though that there's going to be a new beginning, I think it's the new beginning is going to be taking your time, right? Or like let's take our time and do this right. Like let's do this right. But this one does feel really positive, happy ending as well. So I hope that resonates. If it does not, please stick around. There may be another reading for you here on the channel that does. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, tell your friends, anything that you can to help me, because it really, really does help me. And I thank you very much for watching.